Today we're with Shane Ball, founder of Staywear.com. He has a clothing line focused on, I would say like millennials, but the focus that they focus on is suicide prevention, mental health, and anti-bullying. So what happens is with every shirt that he sells, they give 10% back to a charity of your choice in one of those three areas. So it's all about staying true to yourself. So he's gonna share his 2 minutes. All right, ready and go.
So being part of the clothing industry, one of the things we see is trends. And one of the biggest trends that's been going on in the past few years is athleisure wear. So while Staywear is focused on just more natural clothing for high schoolers and college students, athleisure wear is more in the connection of the fitness world. And so people these days, they want to wear clothes to and from the gym, whether it's they're going to work, they're coming from work to the gym. They want to wear something that they can just work out in, so that way they don't have to switch clothes back and forth so many different times. And not only that, it's comfortable. A lot of fitness wear is very, very comfortable because of the fabric. It's high quality, it's soft, and it just makes your body, I don't know, more in shape, or makes you feel more in shape by wearing it. And so my business idea is to start another athleisure wear fitness company, very similar to the make of what Lululemon does, but instead of the prices of what Lululemon does, to make a huge change and by cutting down their prices. Because in all honesty, Lululemon is way overpriced. And so the idea is come and disrupt the fitness industry by selling the same product, same quality, for almost half the price. We've seen this happen so many times with whether it's been watches, whether it's been sunglasses, whether it's been cars, and now the fitness industry needs to have that as well. The cool idea that I have in component to making your fitness brand a little different is focusing on the mental health, not only just the physical health, because the physical health is very, very important these days, but mental health has been a huge topic. And so by donating a portion of each charity, of each order or of each sale to a charity that's focused on mental health, you're not only helping them be more physically prepped, but they can be more mentally aware of other people and feel good about themselves by donating.
Now we're going to take a deeper dive into more of his video. Let's say Sally, you're talking to Sally right now.
Yeah.
So instead of having her, like Sally, go look at some random research, what space, particularly in athleisure wear, do you feel like is underserved?
With athleisure, what I would focus on heavily is seeing the difference in price point, because price point is where you will be able to jump into the market very quickly. Because a lot of costs, specifically with Lululemon, some of those like leggings are like $100, and then you could go like off Amazon and you can maybe buy like a $10 or $20 legging. I have no idea how good a quality it is, but because you're focused on something that is cause-worthy, you could jump in that middle market and disrupt the market.
Middle market being halfway between 20 and $100. So like,
yeah, somewhere in between there. So like maybe a $40, $50, $60 range.
Okay, so how do you so I've heard some people, like on Shark Tank, for example, they talk about a formula. Let's say it costs me $10 to make something. I have to be able to sell it to $20 to a wholesaler, and a wholesaler has to be able to sell it for $40 to the end retailer. And if you can sell as like a general rule, do you follow a rule like that, or do you, but like you're just selling direct?
And the nice thing is because I'm selling direct, there is like, it's called the 4X rule. And that 4X rule is what you said about, you need to have it so that way you can make money off wholesalers, and the wholesaler can make double of what they need to sell to the end consumers. So if you're doing direct, you can almost make 4X off of all of your products. So, however, in this type of space, because you're trying to cut, you're trying to be in the middle, and you're trying to cut the costs of it for consumers because you're going to direct to market, I would say go direct to market online. Don't go do something like wholesale, and be able to give that difference to your customers.
So you're saying if I want to sell leggings for $40, I need to be able to have the cost with packaging for 10.
Yes, that or 20, because you could still do well doing it with 50% markup on your end, because that way you are almost in the end like the wholesaler.
Okay. How do you feel like cause marketing has helped your business grow, and how like compared to other options? Because like 10% of all revenue or 10% of profits?
10% of profits.
Okay.
But it's still quite a lot in the segment of any business if people understand business. I would say for us, it's been our core thing. Like people, they love the brand, they love the message, they love the shirts because they're soft. But the next thing, it's either that they say that, or they say, I support your brand because of what you represent, because you donate to these charities. And there's some people as well where they don't like, they feel like sometimes you're ripping off, like a cause or a mission or idea. But for me, what I tell them is, if you like that, if you want to support something fully, here's our charities that we partner with, and go directly to them. They have T-shirts that they sell that you could support. The difference is usually charities don't focus a whole lot on marketing because they're trying to focus on what their cause is. And because of that, their T-shirts are usually crappy. They're usually made out of really cheap materials, and their printing kind of sucks.
Okay.
And so that's how come I wanted to have something where people wore it daily and shared a message because people asked about it, rather than just, having a shirt at an event that they wear for one day and then they just throw that shirt away because it didn't have a cool design, or, they didn't feel comfortable.
Would you recommend if someone's starting this to have a business partner in this type of a business, or to just go in solo?
I would honestly go in solo. With me, I learned so much by doing it by myself. Yeah, there's been hard times where I wish I had some support. So shout out to the wifey, because without the wife, I think I would have went insane. So while she supported me, she wasn't my business partner. But, she played a vital role in just helping me stay sane and, just being able to focus more clearly. But when you have a business partner, it just makes things twice as hard in my mind, especially starting a business focused on clothing, just because you can't really make a decision without asking the other partner, hey, do you like this or that? And if they don't like it, then you're like, well, I like it. Like, what are we going to do? And you don't want to compromise anything at the beginning of your business because you don't even know what you're doing yet. True. So I would say go solo on this one.
What type of a budget should someone start off with?
I would say $10,000 is a good start. Okay. Specifically, putting, I would say with designing of the product, I would almost put 30% or even 50% on just R&D, researching, making sure you got the right fabric, making sure you got the right suppliers to be able to make your order, and then, finding the different shapes and sizes that you need for your customers.
Let's break down the entire 10,000. Today, what would you have someone trying this idea do?
I would say $3,000 in research and making sure you get the product right, and making sure you're able to replicate the type of athleisure brand you're wanting. And we're trying to match what Lululemon does, but make it cheaper. So already right there, we're losing some of the profit that we can make, but the idea is we're trying to hit a different audience compared to what Lululemon prices are. Okay. And again, with that 10% profit, it's taken out. But so $3,000 on the research. I would say $3,000 on inventory. Just be able to get a good start, be able to make enough so that way you can test out the market. I would put $1,000 probably on the website. Just, making sure you have all the tools and making sure it looks good, having all the different applications you need for your website. And then, let's see, that's $7,000. And then I put $3,000 in ads. With ads, you can really focus heavily on, specifically on who you want to target.
I bet LinkedIn ads would be really good for this.
No.
Okay. But you said Facebook ads.
Facebook ads, yeah. I would honestly put all $3,000 in Facebook ads. I've been doing my Facebook ads for the past couple of months now, and you can target people really, really well based off of whatever their interests are, their age, where they're living. So you could easily do that, and you can spend $3,000 pretty quickly, and you'll know whether or not if your business is interesting to people or not.
Okay. Last question. Ready?
Yeah.
If this is such a good idea, why have you not done it, or why have you not morphed Staywear into this?
Good question. So the reason why is because Staywear just has its kind of own cult following and its own idea based behind it. And like I said, it's more about the casual wear, just wearing t-shirts and stuff like that. If I try to sell leggings for $50, I don't think any of my following base would buy leggings for $50 because their most expensive product is windbreakers, and those are at $52 right now. And so while those are pretty popular, people like it because windbreakers are kind of not very common to find, or I guess around, or like in comparison to like t-shirts, like everybody can have a t-shirt, anybody can put on a t-shirt. But then when it comes to windbreakers, there's less options available, and so people like the designs we have on ours. And so because of that, just the the price point for our customers and just the focus of what we're trying to do, we haven't included any of those things. I mean, yeah, we could do that, but we'd make a cheaper version, so it wouldn't be like a Lululemon quality.
Okay.
And just by doing that, I don't know if I'd care to do it because I don't want to test a new like segment of product in my market, because t-shirts and sweaters and hoodies, they just sell so well. I don't need to focus on a new product right now.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much, Shane, from shanewear.com. Wait, no, I just totally messed it up. Staywear.com. Shanewear does not sound right.